Wow, I hope this journey is helping. And these tools I'm sharing with you, they are very simple tools. And you can use them, you can apply them, and see what it means for you. And if you want us to talk about them, we will talk about them with you. We can go through coaching conversations around them. We can go through a small group conversations around them. We can package them for any intervention you'd like to see. If you work somewhere, say, hey, I've been listening to some series of tools. I think these tools could help my organization or my team or my company probably appreciate some things. Let's talk about that. Reach out and let's see what that means. And sometimes, even when we are dealing with people, in most cases, and you might be a witness to this or not, when we're approaching someone to interact with them, it's very quick. And maybe if you're someone who wants to make people buy your idea, sometimes it's very quick to rush into your idea. This is what I'm going to do for you. This is it. Take it. See how it sorts your life and everything. And someone is going like, huh? What? Are you for real? Are you for real like now pushing this down my throat? And sometimes out of desperation, we are very quick to jump into solution we can offer to people's lives without necessarily looking like we are for them. And really, this tool we call Relational Impact is reminding us that whenever we are having a conversation with someone, we need to be for them. And that's why there's a lever, and if you look at this tool, there's a lever and it's more towards for them. How do I be for the other person? Not really for myself. Now, and this is a tricky conversation to have. Because in most cases, when we feel we have the solutions to fix other people's lives, I remember we ask, what does it feel like to be on the other side of you? And the other side of yours, people feel like, this person always comes, want to fix our lives, want to tell us what to do, and people are like, no, I'll only interact with them when I have to. But really, I would not really choose. If I have a choice, I'll probably never deal with them. Are you for them or are you for yourself? And how then do you even show that you are for them? How do you show that you are for the other person? Maybe it's your child. You're walking a journey with them. Instead of telling them what to do, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. How can they experience you like you are for them? And sometimes being for them is just to start with, what is their felt pain? What is that need that they're battling with? What is that issue that they are stuck into and it's bothering them? What is their felt pain? And that will not just come by you forcing what you have to say down their throat. Is by listening to them. Asking, hey, what's going on with you? What's happening? Maybe it's a child. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's a colleague. Maybe it's someone in your space. What is their felt pain? And they might tell you, every now and then, I think I'm struggling with this. I think I'm struggling with this relationship. I think my family, remember the peace index conversation we had earlier? Maybe they did that peace indexing and their felt need right now is their provision. They're struggling with their provision. And so before you start telling them how you can make their lives better, how you can show them how they can change their lives and become better at what they do, is what is their felt need? And maybe at that particular point, their felt need is a relationship. Someone in their life is hurting them. It's a relationship that is struggling. And that's their felt need. That's their pain at that point. And is there an instant help you can offer? And this would be very relevant for someone who is seeking to sell their idea to someone. You're trying to woo a client. And you get out to them and you need to listen to them. What's their felt pain? What is this pain? And is there an instant help that has significant impact that you can offer at that particular moment? And you can say, hey, there's this thing I've been doing. Can you consider this tool for your conversation with XYZ who is having a challenge with you? Can you consider this? And like, let's look at this together. What do you think about this? What do you think about this conversation? And maybe you offer them that instant help. Maybe they just want someone to listen to them. And you just sat there and listened to them without judging them, without prescribing a solution to them. You just did listened. And they went over their issue over and over, and all you did, you just there. And if they started crying, you pulled up a tissue and gave them a tissue to wipe their tears. If they needed drinking water, you moved next, you brought drinking water to them, and they sipped water. And all you did, you were present for them. That is probably the help they needed, someone to listen to them. And all of a sudden what you build a relationship. They can trust you that you are for them. And this might be not even in line with your idea. It might be totally off, not even in line with what you're seeking, you're calling for the meeting. Maybe you call them for a meeting to pitch. You ask for a time to pitch. And you show them up in the office. And you show up in the office, they are still trying to figure out something. And they're stuck there in their desk. They're trying to figure out. And then you come and you offer help. You help them figure that thing out. And maybe it's a document they're trying to put together. And you help them put it together. And you're like, wow, you mean you came to see me for this, but you offered your time to help me address my crisis. Now they can trust you. Say, okay, so tell me more what you wanted to tell me. Say, yeah, I have this business I'm doing and I'm looking for investors. You first showed you are for them, and then you now presented this opportunity that you had in mind. You didn't come and you look like you didn't care for them. Sometimes you show up and you don't care for what they're going through. All you're like, I need to hit it quick and move. And then you go like you pay no attention to what they're struggling with, and all you want is to sell your idea to them as quick as you can so that you can move on to the next client. Now, I've found myself in cases that I have tried to practice this tool, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. And I'm a coach. I've lost some clients because I was very quick to start talking about what I can do for them, instead of listening to them to get their pain points and offering an instant solution. Now, there are some cases I've gotten it right. When I've walked into a space and they need an instant help, and what I've done is offer something that instantly helps the solution, provides help, significantly makes them go like, wow, that was quite something. And I say, actually, I can do more. Actually, I can package something for you guys, and that can be able to help. And then, yeah, sure. Send us something. And I send a proposal. I say, sure, fine, Gabriel, come do it. Come do it, because already I started from showing them I'm for you. And then now, after they experience that, and let them experience that, they've experienced that you are actually for them. You build a relationship with them, and they can now trust you because they know you're not just someone who's seeking for their check to run away with their check. They can trust you, and then now you can say, okay, now guys, here's something else I can do for you. If you have a spouse, what is that felt pain that maybe you need to offer instant help with? If you have a child, what is that felt pain that you need to offer instant help with? If you're having strain with your parents, you may be having some challenges with you. What is that instant help you can offer? And then they can now give you a chance to hear your point of view. And maybe they might just consider what you have to say because you are for them. I remember once a young man, and he said this repeatedly, a young man came to me and they were having challenges with their parent. So like, I'm having a challenge with my parents and and we talked about it. And being a parent, in that conversation, what we talked about can you really demonstrate to your parent that you are for them? And he started thinking, what does that mean for him? And all he did, he tried. And he just showed up that he was for them, for the parent. He was actually not just out to get the parent to hear them out and all, but he was for them. And started having very intentional conversation that showed that he was for the parent. Long story short, they're now talking. They're in good talking terms with the parent right now. And in most cases, everybody around us just wants us to know that we are for them. We value them. We recognize them. We see them. We appreciate them. We appreciate their journey. And the minute we do that, they can trust us. We build that relational trust. They can say, okay, let me hear what you have to say. So, I want you to remember this tool next time you either want to pitch an idea, you either want to have a conversation with someone about a journey you're walking, you either want to have a conversation with your children, you want to have a conversation with your spouse, you want to have a conversation with those around you, is, are you for them? Have this in your mind, at the back of your mind. Am I for them? Or am I just for myself? And the minute people can feel like, yeah, you're for us, they lower their guard and they listen to you. And you can now say, actually, I was also thinking that maybe we can do this thing together with you guys. Like, oh, okay, sure, fine, show us more. And before you realize, now, chances are high it's going to work. Now, I'm not saying it will work every day, but chances are high this is going to work for you. So try it out, and let's talk about it. Let us know how you tried out. Let us know where it has worked, where it has not worked, and let's talk about it. And I pray that this helps you be able to see how then can you have impact, relational impact in the lives of everybody you interact with. Thank you very much, and continue using these tools for your own personal growth.